All right, let's get started. Welcome, everybody. My name is Todd Terrazas, and I'm the founder, executive director, and president of the AILA community. Um, Welcome. I started this organization back seriously 8 years ago in April of 2016. It was the LA Chatbot Meetup Group. It was back when I had a chatbot company in the early days, when Facebook Messenger opened up their APIs, and it kind of built this gold rush around chatbots. But it was we were super early on everything. And so my start didn't fully work out, but I decided to turn this meetup group into this larger organization, AILA. And we started continuing to host events on a regular basis to continue to build community here in Los Angeles. And so from LA Chatbot Meetup, it turned into AILA. And then over time, we built it into this nonprofit to really support advancing innovation for social good. And so through the last 8 years, we've grown our organization to over 20,000 people through just hosting regular events throughout the year, everything from topics around climate tech to healthcare and biotech to focusing on media entertainment, fintech, aerospace, basically any industry represented here in Los Angeles. We have a topic, we have an event series around it. And we're constantly growing. And this year was our first year that we actually introduced an ambassador program to help us continue to host more events across LA County, and to also have a a vast array of different topics of interest. Because seriously, for the last 7 years of these 8 years, I was the guy doing everything. If I wasn't there, the event didn't work. And luckily this year, because we have a larger team of amazing ambassadors, I don't have to be at every event to make it work. So we can now have an event in Pasadena while also hosting an event in Santa Monica. And, we can just have a lot of different activities happening year round. And I'm not going to be a bottleneck anymore. And so I'm really grateful for the team that we have. Today we have Phil, who's basically our operations, head of operations on this call right now. We have Courtney, who's now our new responsible AI reading group lead that you'll hear from later today. And we have a lot of other amazing ambassadors and people that I don't think necessarily are on this call today, but you'll get to know them as throughout the year. Um, so what spun this? I guess I'll get into why we're creating this membership program. So first off, this new membership program is optional. Everything we've been doing so far with AILA is still open. Everything you've always been going to, the mixers, the summits, the panel discussions, everything that we've always been doing, you still can go to them. There's going to be still the free versions of our events, which are mostly the mixers. There's still going to be those paid ticketed events. It's just now the difference is there's going to be a non-member and member pricing. And then having part of the membership, you just get extra benefits. Part of this is that, we are a nonprofit organization. We put a tremendous amount of time into our programming and constantly knocking on doors for corporate sponsors, writing grants to get, grant proceeds to help support our programming. And, it's a lot of work. And so we thought that having this recurring revenue type model, this paid membership model, will help not only allow organization to have more of a financial foundation to help us support all of our initiatives and our mission, but then also provide you, the donors, and the membership, more benefits and more connectivity as we continue to pursue our mission and continue to grow this organization. And part of the real vision for this organization of AILA is to really build Los Angeles County and the region as a responsible AI hub. And so through all of our programming, it really is through the lens of what is responsible technology, and how does this technology align with the public interest. And so throughout everything we do, we'll always be looking through that lens. And Courtney, who's leading a responsible AI reading group, is going to be really helping us refine that lens and really getting more impact, more feedback from you, our members, and the greater community of Los Angeles, AILA, to really understand what your needs and wants are and help develop further a curriculum and other programs and activities that really align with what your goals are and your interests are. And so think of this membership program that we're about to get into and kind of dig into what all the benefits are per tier, is really allowing you to give us, support us on an annual basis while continuing to continually to come to our regular events, and through helping support us financially, also being able to help also, provide more feedback. Because again, this community is built for the community by the community, right? And so we wouldn't be here without you. And we want to make sure that we're consistently building something that you want and that you would cherish and wanted to tell your friends about, your colleagues. And so, without further ado, let's get into the membership tiers. So we thought a lot about this, and we have two different type of packages. So depending on if you're a professional, or if you are a student, you get the same benefits, just a little bit different pricing. So right now we're going to go through professionals, and then we'll talk about the students section. So for professionals, we have three tiers. There's community, supporter, and innovator. So community, you get access. So forever, we've always had an admin Slack channel that's only just been for our staff. But now we've always been hearing that, when people go to our events, the people want to be able to follow up. People want to have something online. So AILA has always been a in-person, in real life event organization, right? Building community in person. We started off that way, so we always kept it that way. But for the first time ever, now we're having an online Slack community, and it costs money to have this Slack community up, and so that's why it's one of the paid membership benefits, because there is a cost per user to be on this platform, and so part of the community benefit is you get access to our Slack community that will become more active. Second is for if you sign up as a paid member by the end of the year, you're going to get this limited edition AILA t-shirt. We'll show you an example of what it looks like after the call towards the end of this presentation. You're going to get a quarterly member onlys event. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but that will happen once a quarter. We'll have a member only event. It'll be a mixer. Maybe there's going to be a special guest speaker, but that's just a way to really say thank you to all of you members and to allow you all to meet each other on a quarterly basis, on top of all the other events that we'll be doing in between, because we're probably going to be doing about 8 events that are open to everybody a month. Also, you'll get access to certain events of ours, like AI in the Lot has a huge interest, and next year we're actually going to be spending multiple days. So we're actually going to be having pre-sale tickets available to you first. So you'll get early access to the pre-sale tickets for certain events. As of right now, AI on the Lot's the only one that's going to have that type of feature. Like I said before, we're now going to have a non-member and member pricing structure. So you'll always have a discounted member rate to all of our paid events. You're going to get access to some free workshops. So we'll talk about that in a second, about one of the first free workshops that we're going to be doing starting in January. And then also, you're going to be included in our online membership directory. And of course, this is an optional opt-in type feature. So once you become a paid member, there'll be a feature saying, hey, do you want to be able to share your profile with other paid members? And you would be able to be in that directory. Now for supporter, you get everything of community, but then on top of that, if you sign up before end of year, you're going to get a free included a AILA masterclass that Courtney's going to describe in a second. That's focusing on responsible AI. If not, you're going to always get a discount on those masterclasses. So our first masterclass will be starting in February. We'll be talking more about that in a second. And just as a little perk, if you get your paid membership before end of year, you're going to get that for free. But if you get your paid membership next year, you're going to get that for, I think, half off. So it'll be $200 instead of the $400 value. On top of that, we're starting something very brand new. This is in closed beta right now, but we're going to do a professional matchmaking type program. So myself or Phil or someone else on our team, we're going to be engaging all of our paid members in the supporter and innovator category, and really understand what your needs are. And based off that, we're going to at least make one great introduction per quarter with you. And so think of it as a little bit more of a white glove service where you get to talk to someone like me or Phil or another person on our organization, and we're going to hear out who you're trying to look for, whether it's maybe you're trying to find a co-founder or a new type of client or this type of like engineer or whatever your needs are. We're going to have that conversation, and then we're going to do in our best ability to help do some great matchmaking and help you hopefully land that new role or whatever you're looking for. And so it's an early beta, so we're just going to be testing this out. The goal is that we're going to build this really efficient matchmaking type process to really help get you what you need. Now moving over to Innovator, which is our top tier event, tiered membership. You get everything that we just described. On top of that, you're going to have your name on our AILA website as an innovator supporter. As an innovator, you'll be able to participate in our event committee meetings. So you'll be able to give us some input on the events that we should be doing, getting some maybe potentially getting some speaker roles, but really having more of an engagement of like our programs. You're going to be invited to an annual donor dinner that we'll have in December. And then you will have the opportunity to host an AILA event at your office or online. And so that gives you an ability to, bring people to where you work or be able to host something online. And then on top of that, we're also going to give you the opportunity, subject to approval though, because we don't want salesy type blog posts, but basically you'll be able to write an article that we'll have to review and be able to post that on our website in our news section. And so coming February, we're going to have a new website and it's going to be super amazing. We're at a new news section. And so then you'll be able to contribute to that news section and show some thought leadership through that engagement. But again, it's not supposed to be a salesy type article. It's just supposed to be expressing your knowledge and your opinion or your insights. And we'll obviously talk you through that before you write it. Basically everything else I just said, but here's the student pricing. So you get everything else we just talked about on every tier. It's just each tier you get $100 off. So it's $49 a year for community, $399 a year for supporter, and then $1,199 for innovator. And so all the same perks, but because you're a student, we're giving you a discount for these benefits. Now we're going to get into the master class. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this. So we're going to have a question and answer, a Q&A at the end of this. So please hold all your questions. And then after we're done with this whole presentation, we will be fielding questions. So now, Courtney, I'd love for you to talk about this new masterclass that we're designing.
Absolutely. Thank you, Todd. Hi, everyone. I'm Courtney. I'm the program manager for the Responsible AI Reading Group with AILA. And I'm thrilled to really share an introduction and sneak peek into our inaugural AILA Masterclass scheduled for mid-February, Unlocking Value Through AI Governance as a Catalyst for Success. This is a digital masterclass really designed by the Responsible AI Reading Group to empower our community and AI enthusiasts and professionals really with the tools and knowledge to implement responsible AI practices effectively. So we've heard so much from our participants in wanting to learn more about RAI practices. So we'll learn foundational knowledge by exploring the strategic implications of AI in business and really understanding how those governance frameworks can drive success and value. We'll be doing this via an analysis of AI agents, prolific Gen AI use cases, and really delving into the practical applications of AI. Additionally, we know networking is really important to our community. So we'll have networking opportunities via small group discussions, offering really interactive breakout sessions for those in-depth discussions and hands-on activities alongside our leading AI experts to really bring some of these responsible AI principles to life. So it's really, whether you're a seasoned AI professional or an AI enthusiast, it's a really unique opportunity to really explore those socio-technical and value-add dimensions of RAI governance and practices. So as Todd mentioned, as part of the membership program, this is free and an additional add-on included in the membership packages. Stay tuned for more information for the unveiling of all of our special guests and really global AI leaders we'll have attached to this event. And we really look forward to seeing you on February 13th, really shaping AILA, the community, and the future of AI.
Thank you so much, Courtney. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this masterclass. And once we go through this first version of it in February, we're definitely going to get a lot of input and feedback from all of you. And we're looking forward to continue to co-develop this past February. And and again, through this process, learn more about what is where the gaps are in your understanding of responsible AI and how we can continue to build this program and future programs that continue to raise the bar for all of our benefits in knowledge sharing and building technology that is aligned with the public interest. And so, with that, that's our first masterclass that AILA is starting to produce. We'll be producing in 2025 as part of our membership program. And then next, I don't think Parth was able to make it today, but Parth Patel, he is an amazing, he calls himself the AI wizard. He works for Reid Hoffman, the billionaire who started LinkedIn. And he gets the privilege of constantly researching and developing AI tool sets and new agents for productivity and for research. And it's for a number of different types of use cases. And so we're really fortunate that, he's an AILA member. He actually got his job from with Reid Hoffman because of the community. So it's one great proof point of keep on coming back to our events, and who knows what type of job you might be able to get. But yeah, January 15th is scheduled that we'll be doing this Demystifying AI, a beginner's guide to intelligent agents. So this will be another online workshop that'll be interactive for 2 hours. He'll break down the buzz around tools like ChatGPT, image generations, and new wave of AI-powered large language models and transformers. You'll basically be learning the basics of prompt engineering, explore how these tools handle different inputs and output modalities, and discover what it means to build an agent using persona, tools, knowledge, and memory. So this session is perfect for anyone curious about how natural language co-pilot technologies work and where they're headed. Parth is actually an engineer. He, is a doer, amazing speaker. And so it's not going to be just a marketing person telling you how to use AI tools or anything like that. It actually will be someone that will give you a high level for the non-technical people of how these tools are being used and how you can use them. But then also the second half of the workshop will be for a little bit of a taste for the technical people that really want to dig into more of the Python script writing and how to leverage things like Cursor and V0 and all these other different AI assistant code generation tools to learn about how you can build agents to help you become more productive in your daily life, your personal and professional life. And so really excited for Parth's first workshop with us that will be also included for free into this paid membership model for all tiers. So the masterclass is for the supporter and innovator tiers. And then this workshop is free to all paid member tiers. So really excited to see what Parth brings to us. And then secondary. So we were talking about how in 2025, we're going to have this new event pricing. So there's going to be non-member and member pricing. So all of our social networking mixers, we're planning to have at least 2 per month. Will always be free. We host our big Gen AI meetup in Pasadena. And we're going to be doing more events at Caltech. And then all of our fireside chat panel discussion salons, they're going to be a non-member price of $45 and a member price of $25. All these events, right, are always content driven. So we always have a great speaker. We have a panel, at least one speaker or a panel of speakers. There's always food and drink included in this ticket price. And we always have, an amazing crowd, a few hundred people usually coming to all these events. And so all of our fireside chats, like the LA Founders and Investors event that we do, that will be under that type of category. And we're going to be doing more events across aerospace and fintech and entertainment media and I forget what else we got planned about around AI policy for sure. Oh, and health and equity. So we'll be doing a lot more events that are content driven, and that will be the paid structure for those types of events. On top of that, we have our larger tentpole events like Earth Summit and Life Summit. Those events are going to be getting even bigger and higher, are going to get bigger and more value added there. So the non-member price for these larger summits, which are all-day events, so it's usually like a 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. to 12-hour event that we usually do for Earth Summit and Life Summit. Non-member pricing will be $250. Member pricing will be $150. Our Responsible AI Symposium, which I think we're going into our 7th year or 8th year next year, will be a non-member price will be $100 and member price will be $50. That's usually a half day symposia that we do, usually at LMU's campus in Playa Vista. AI in the Lot, our huge temple event that we started 2 years ago. We're moving this now to Culver City in 2025. It's going to become a multi-day event. It's going to be kind of centered around the Culver Steps area and the Culver Theater area, but our pricing has yet to be announced. But this is one of our events that for sure members will be getting pre-sale tickets to, access to the pre-sale ticket, which is going to be our lowest ticketed price ticket. And then after that, if you miss the pre-sale ticket window, members will get 20% off that regular ticket price for AI in the Lot. So AI in the Lot is growing from just a 1 day event to a 4 day event. We're upping the value and the production value and everything. And so it's going to be a pretty amazing event. And so you guys will get early access and then also some discounts on the ticket pricing. And then our huge hackathon, Cereal Beach Hacks, will be free. All of our hackathons are always free. We want to make sure that everything, that the mixers and the hackathons are always going to stay free. But when it comes to content-driven type of events where there's more production value, we just we have to keep it to a paid ticket amount. And so that's what our event pricing structure is for right now for 2025. And then coming up to our quarterly member events. So we're going to be doing quarterly member events. Our first one is planned to have a Gravitas, this private membership club in Beverly Hills. It'll probably happen in early March. We're still getting the date and everything aligned, but this is a really brand new not nightclub, a private club that we have access to. And so our first event for the paid members will be at this club in early March. And so we'll be having more information about that in the coming months. But pretty much, regardless of the venue, on a quarterly basis, we're going to have a member-only event to help bring people together that are members. Sometimes we might have a guest speaker come and give a quick talk. Maybe we'll do a spotlight of one of our members. But pretty much think of this as a way for you to meet other people that are in this membership that are supporting our mission at AILA, and continue to build this network of like-minded people and contributors. Our limited edition merch version 1. This is one version of a t-shirt that we were building out that would be for all of our members. You're going to get this included if you get your membership before end of year. You're going to get this included in your package, and so that's why we ask for your shipping address, is because we're going to be shipping your t-shirt size, because in January we will be shipping you a t-shirt. And so this is the first version of it. There will be more versions to come, but this is the first one that we wanted to play with. And now comes that time for you to ask all of the questions that you probably have. And so if you have a question, maybe please raise your hand, and then I will call on you if I can see you. I don't know if anyone's raising their hand. Oh, that raised your hand. Yeah. Christina.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know where the Zoom hand raise thing is. For the masterclass, will there definitely be another iteration of it after February? Because I'm not sure I can do the February one. Yeah.
Courtney. Yeah.
Yes, we are planning on building out this series. So our one scheduled for February 13th is the pilot, but we plan on building these into a quarterly plan at minimum for the master classes. So we hope to see you at a future one.
Okay, cool. Okay, thanks.
And on top of that, we're going to be recording them. So obviously there's a lot of benefits of being in the live version, so you can have more interactive questions. But even if you missed it, we're going to have it recorded, and we're going to have that in our catalog for the paid members, like portal. So you can always go back on previous master classes or previous workshops. And so everything's always going to be recorded so that you can, whether you were there for the first time and you just want to go back on some notes. But yeah, for sure, you'll be able to get access to it no matter what.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I have another question.
Sure.
How do you join the reading group?
Yeah, the reading group, we meet every Thursday at 6 p.m. I'm happy to drop a link here in the chat, or if Phil, you're on it as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Phil's super fast, but yeah, we'd love to see you there. We meet weekly. We also host a number of different workshops and meetups as well that can be found on Luma.
Thanks.
Tulani?
Hey, oh no, and of course I'm getting a call right now. I am interested in more, so I feel like I'm like an AI ally. Like I want to be more informed, but I'm not here and will never be like the coder and the person doing. So I'm trying to understand what membership would be ideal for me to be informed and aware and in proximity of all that are really doing AI. But yeah, does that like make sense? Like, should
Yeah,
I consider a membership because I want to be informed and leveraged, like for a technical co-founder? But again, like I am not an engineer, don't plan to be, always business, always win hackathons as the business person on the team. So yeah.
that's great, Tulani. I guess in your line of work, you want to probably be more in tune with what how to build a framework around responsible AI. I'm guessing, are you building
Yes,
a new startup right now?
yes.
Okay, well, I feel like the master class would be a great starting point, and being part of the reading group maybe it can be an add-on to that, but definitely being part of the master class, um, partaking in the master class, I think will really help get you that framework and find other leaders like yourself that maybe are not technical but want to have a better, basically develop that language so that you can have a better vocabulary or understand the vocabulary to have when communicating to other stakeholders and then also to your technical co-founder.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's perfect because I am so rusty. It's been a minute.
Yeah, well, good. Glad to have you here. Thank you so much for coming out.
I think we have another hand, right? Lily?
Lily.
Yes. So this is my first meeting. I just found out about this, so I'm just kind of trying to learn about it. Is everything kind of more general when it comes to like the events? Is just general AI? Because my specialty is in like the video and TV world, and I want to learn about what just happened. Oh, okay. I'm trying to learn about how to use AI in editing specifically. So I wonder if there's like subsets of events or anything like that in the AILA group of for that.
Yeah. So we do media entertainment events. So we're going to be doing, so AI on the Lot is our big event. That's going to happen end of May, May 27th to 30th next year. And that's going to be our big tentpole event. But leading up to that, we're going to have a lot more events focusing on that media entertainment focus. So around video, for sure, will be one of the key pieces. One will be, of course, doing more networking, but then we're definitely going to be doing more workshops and panel discussions or like fireside chats, content-driven ones, focusing on how people are using these image generation tools. So everything from Midjourney to Luma to Runway to Stable Diffusion to Kling and basically all the different video models. We're probably going to be doing sometime in early February a like breakdown of where all these models are today and kind of have like a bake off. And so pretty much, yes, to answer your question, like across all the different verticals that we have, whether it's about climate or healthcare or fintech or whatever, they're going to have their own, I guess, specialties. So maybe some of them are going to be more leaning into the large language models. But of course, when we're talking about film or television or just entertainment in general, you're going to have a multi-modality type of a process. So everything from using large language models for maybe doing strategy or analyzing scripts to utilizing image generation for developing pitch decks to marketing collateral to how are you using these video tools for maybe creating advertisements or little pitch videos as well, right? And so I think there would be across what you're talking about, you'll be more in line with our track around media entertainment, and that will have its own like regular cadence of events per month. And sorry, I'm sick right now, so I'm like trying to get through all this. Trim.
Hello, thank you again for the great presentations. So I heard you mentioned about the ambassador program, and I think it's really cool. I personally based in Long Beach, so I'm very interested if the organization's ever interested in expanding to Long Beach. And Other than that, I also have a question regarding as I'm early career to the AI industry. So I'm wondering if the organization have any type of mentorship opportunities. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, for we have an ambassador. Phil, did you? There you go. Phil put in the chat our interest form for ambassadors, so please fill that out. To move to to have an event in Long Beach, we're totally open to that. I guess just comes down to actually we even were thinking about that, I think, in our planning calls a few weeks ago. And so yeah, definitely thinking about doing something in Long Beach. I don't know exactly when it'll happen, but maybe you could help us plan that one. And I know that we're partners with Blank Spaces, which is a co-working facility. And so I think they have one down in Long Beach. And so maybe we do something there, or we can find another cool venue. But pretty much how it works about finding venues and moving into different cities in LA County. It's about finding a venue is first and foremost. The key takeaway is like finding a great venue that wants to be a venue partner and like provide us a free space for a few hours to convene, and then figuring out what the topic's going to be. So is it just be a regular networking event, or is it going to be more content driven? And then once we kind of have those kind of like ingredients set, we pick a date, do some promotion around it, and then we have our event. But it really comes down to what's the topic of interest that we want to have? Do we have a venue that will provide us that space? And then we can go ahead and execute that type of an event series. So if you're interested in becoming an ambassador, that's the type of work you would be helping us aligning on.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I personally enjoy some program from the Long Beach City Technology Department. So I join and then go to some of the venue there. So I can definitely like reach out and connect with them to see if we can host up any event in Long Beach.
That'd be great. Thank you. Ruby, you have a question?
Hey Todd, how you doing?
Doing okay. Just getting over a cold.
I can tell. My question to you, or and also to all the members in this conversation, is that I belong to associations like National Association of Social Work, American Public Health Association, the United Nations. So, like for example, APHA is the oldest and largest association in the United States. And I've just been nominated, and I accepted as the chair of members for the technologies group of APHA, and they are doing a big push for AI. So I wanted to know how can I be part of your group with all the associations I belong to, because we also have job boards, we also have grants, we also have funders in our space that are looking into technology paradigms and AI and all the other stuff. So I think that I could push some funding resources and jobs and opportunities to you. And how do I make it so we maximize the benefits of both paradigms?
Yeah, I think we should have a conversation offline and figure out what that could look like. We have a health equity committee. And I don't know if Sucheta or Kevin are on this call, but we do have a committee that is actually going to be more, I think we're rebranding to a healthcare committee with an equity component track within it. So I think there's something within that committee where you can get more involved in. That could be very aligned. But I think that would be something for Kevin and Shucheta, who are the co-chairs of that committee, that can have a more robust conversation about. So let's try to find some time to schedule a meeting to see how we can all work together.
Real quick, Kev. Oh, this is for Kevin then. Kevin, the deadline to submit papers for American Public Health as relates to AI and technologies is literally the end of this month. If you reach out to me, I could help you orchestrate a paper for submissions to the research group of AI as relates to APHA.
I don't think he's on the call right now, but I'll take that back to him. But if it's due by end of year, I'm gonna probably, I don't know if we're gonna have enough time to do that.
What I'm saying is I could help you guys align your paper, and I could submit on your behalf.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Let's talk offline. We'll figure it out. Any more questions for anyone? All right. Well, then if there are no more questions, we will let you get back to your Friday, your last Friday of the year. Really grateful for everyone that came on here today and listened to me explain the new membership model and what we have plans for 2025. We're planning on having again this year. We did for the first time ever 100 events this year, double than what we did last year, which is pretty impressive. I know it was a lot. We did forget how many LA Tech Week events, but probably we'll never do that ever again. I think we did 14 in 1 week, but we felt that for a few weeks after that. But next year, though, we're going to be probably doing about 8 events per month. And it's going to be across all of LA County. So looking forward to doing some stuff in Long Beach, and expanding our reach. But yeah, please reach out. Phil, drop in our social email, please. So if any of you guys have any questions, you guys can email us, and we'll field out your questions, and then we hope that you become a member. And so maybe drop in our email, Phil, and then that link to our membership page. Oh, you already did. Perfect. And then the social email.
Yep, it's already in
I'll
the
do
chat.
it. Oh, you did it? Oh, cool. Perfect. But yeah, without further ado, I thank you guys all so much. We look forward to seeing you guys in our events next year. Phil, when's our first event next year?
Our first event that's in Luma right now, I think, is on January 13th, and that's going to be the LA Gen AI meetup with Qualcomm. I'll drop the link to that right now, and then I think I already sent the link to the AI policy. It's Jan 13. Then I'll send the AI policy link again. And I think the
Amazing.
reading group, Courtney, is also going to have some other meetings starting early January, right?
Yes, we will. But I believe the policy meetup is our first one for the next year, which you've already dropped. So thank you, Phil.
And then we
Yeah,
will
so
be,
we're gonna.
I think, a finalized schedule for January in the next 2 or 3 days on the newsletter. So
Perfect. Yeah, we'll be shipping off a newsletter later today. But yeah, stay tuned for some amazing events next year. And of course, your feedback is invaluable. So please let us know what else we can do to make it a better community for you all. But enjoy the rest of the final days of 2024, and we will all see you in 2025. Thank you all again.